Okay, Putin moves south again, struggle for the Eurasian heartland. Some more commentary, some more very, very early observations, but hey, I feel like making them anyways. I do plan to continue playing, so I will see how those observations pan out over time. Okay, so the Russian, what do they call it? Russian Union or whatever, the Russian side, they went ahead and paid again for another reinforcement action. They rolled a 6, which means that they bought back all four tactical air units, bought them back again. And that makes me think that, so the Russian side buys them back to put them back into the staging area and make them available. So that makes me think that if let's just say the Russians keep doing that, they're using a handful, up to a handful of their support units in, operation after operation, and then they're paying for reinforcements, and they roll high. They roll 6s and 5s and maybe even 4s, whereas the NATO coalition side tries the same thing, and let's just say they roll low, 2s and 1s. Then that is making me think of one dynamic, and that is how do you use, or not how do you, but I think you want to use these assets, and there are a lot of them. There are a lot of SF units available, a lot of air units available. Each side has a number of missile units, so how do you use these assets to the fullest while getting them back faster than your opponent? And of course there's a huge luck factor with the rolls, but it's interesting still, and of course there's an opportunity cost. So I just had the Russians do that reinforcement action. Well, they got all those 4 tactical. They rolled a 6. The reason why I keep saying 4 is the Russians only had, you do this by contingent, so I chose the Russian side, the Russian contingent, and they only had 4 of the tactical air units in the reinforcement area, so that's all they get. So they get all 4 back into the staging area. But that's an opportunity cost, because of course the Russian side is not doing something else. Alright, so then it goes to the coalition side. The coalition has had 2 action points left on their track, so they went ahead and spent 2. Now they're down to 0. They're done for this turn, which is turn 3. They bought another airborne action, or they bought an airborne assault. So they took the NATO RF airborne core here, 3 strength, hyper war capable, but airborne. They started down here. They rolled an 8 for the movement allowance. Again, it's an airborne movement, so you roll 2 dice. They get 8, so they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can go right over everything, basically. This time I put them between, they want to attack Baikonur again, try to take it, but the Russians have this core here. It's also strength 3, so I think it's worth it to put the NATO unit between them, also on the rail line there. Alright, so airborne assault again. So what did we do? We expended the action points, we did the airborne movement. Now we do the attack, so it is, the base is 3-1, Baikonur. Baikonur is a minor military base, which is 1 left shift in combat, and the city itself is 1 left shift. So Alright, so we're going to start at 3 to 1, go down to 1 to 1. So yeah, -1 for the terrain, or -2. Two left shifts for the terrain. Oh yeah, now I know. Now I know what I wanted to talk about. I am comparing the Putin Move South rules with the Axis of Evil Iran rules. So again, Putin Move South comes out in September, October 2018. Axis of Evil Iran comes out later, a few months later, January, February of 2019. And they say very different things for the close air support. Clearly in Putin Moves South it says that when you commit air, and that's what's going to happen right now. Okay, the attacker goes first. The attacker goes first, so yep, they are going to. NATO is going to commit, they're going to commit all 3 tactical air units, and then the Russian side is going to, they're just going to commit all 5 oh wait, let me put the 5 here now. I'm trying to wonder, why do you not just keep throwing everything in? Of course, you have to observe stacking limits. That's okay. NATO's 3, so they can go up to 3. Russia can only have 2 air units. And I may have got that wrong before, but yeah, that's the difference. I'm thinking, why do you not just keep... The other thing is both sides maybe should be tacking a lot more than I'm doing here, but I'm learning the rules when I'm playing solitaire. But yeah, you do have to observe the air stacking limits. Oh, but the other thing I was going to say here... Oh, yeah, here we go. This was the question. Russian air units, Central Asian garrison unit. In Putin Moves South, it clearly says that, actually in both rules it says all the air units have to be of the same contingent. So all NATO and all Russian. But also in Putin Moves South it clearly says that the air units have to be the same contingent as at least one unit they're supporting. But Axis of Evil Iran clearly says they do not necessarily have to be of the same contingent, so I'm not sure which way I'm going to play. I'm putting the Russians back because I'm going to start by playing by the Putin Move South rules, but I think I'm going to later move. So now the question is, the Kazakh air unit can clearly support. Can the Uzbek too? I think the Uzbek can, but I'm going to leave them out too. Let's just say they commit 1. There we go. And then we go to SF. Then the Kazakhs would commit 1 of their SF units. No NATO SF units. Okay. So this would be the airs 3 to 1 is 2. So it's back up to 3 to 1, and then it's back down 2 to 1 for the airborne. So it's only 2 to 1. It's actually not very good at all. Oh, and they roll a 1. That's going to be really bad. That is, I think that's a DL1. DL1 is, what is DL1? Defender attrition. Defending player reduces 1 defending unit by 1 stab. Well, at least, I guess that means they flip it. And then, that's it. Okay.